How's it going, beer drinkers? Welcome to the show. I've never brewed before, so I thought it was about time I did. Ed's the brewer, I'm the face. It's nearing the end of lockdown 2.0. I got myself this on Amazon. Let's see what happens. So this is my first brew. I've bought this all-grain kit from Amazon, £35. It's an IPA kit by Brew and Share, which makes 4.5 litres of beer. And yeah, it should be interesting. It says real beer 100%, so you know with a claim like that, it's going to be good. And the idea is in a couple of weeks' time, we'll put 2 IPAs alongside each other, my one and an established one. And I'll try and do a good job so that Ed can't tell the difference. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Let's check out what's in the box. Instructions, thank God. 1 barrel, good to go. 5 litre barrel. Bit worried about the size of the hole in the top, because I don't think my funnel's going to fit in there. But oh well, we'll come back to that. Most important bit, the malt mix, 1,000 grams. It contains gluten. Nothing else on the bag, so it doesn't actually say what's in there. So let's hope it's a few grades above standard chicken feed. Temperature probe, thermometer, I think that's known as. One of those. Right, hop 3. Hop 1. Wow. Yeast. A bung. Calcium sulfate. Presumably that's for the water. Hop 2. And the last thing, dextrose, presumably when we come to carbonate at some point. So that's it. That is the all-grain kit. Okay, let's get going. Empty the box. It's pretty much got everything I need apart from this big pot over here. This is an 8 or 9 litre pot, so we're good to go. Other than that, some basic kitchen utensils, scissors, serving spoons, measuring bowls, a couple of other bowls as well, and a sieve. So unless you're a student, you've probably got all that kind of stuff hanging around. I was pretty keen to clean everything properly, so I spent a long time cleaning and sanitising, because I don't want any odd flavours like last night's curry dinner. I did not want any of that in my amber nectar. So the only experience of brewing I've had is our milk stout brew day, which you may have seen. If you haven't, the link's up there, check it out. So yeah, so at the moment we're a bit over temperature. We need to, I've got 4 litres in the pan, and the temperature needs to be 70 degrees. It's currently about 80, so I'm just taking it off the heat. Our mash temperature is 65 degrees centigrade. I'll put the conversions on the screen. This is bottled water. I've got some decent bottled water over here. And I've got some calcium sulfate here. I'm not quite sure why I need to add that. Something to do with bitterness, I read. Anyway, let's throw that in. Oh, it's looking good already. So what I'm going to do, now we're at 70 degrees, I'm going to take this off the heat and we can start mashing. I'm going to get my malt mix, throw that in there. And it said take it off the heat when you put the malt mix in. Some kind of string in there. What the? Smells good. I will give it that. And it says that our mashing time is 60 minutes and to stir every 10. So Alexa, set timer for 60 minutes.
1 hour, starting now.
Okay, sports fans, all's going well so far. A little bit hot, we're about 66, 67 at the moment, but that's fine. I've come up with this ingenious way of keeping the thermometer the right way up, so that's had its last laugh at my expense. All going well, smells good, very malty. Okay, so nearing the end of the mash and the temperature has packed up. Don't know why, it's obviously either a piece of crap or it doesn't like being exposed to too much steam, so that's that out of it. Thankfully I have a meat thermometer, and so the show can go on. Alexa, stop. So we're now at the end of the mashing stage, and we're going to start the next stage, which is the separation. So this is how the beer is looking at the moment. I've got another pan at the back there, which has almost 3 litres of water, which I'm warming to about 55 degrees for when we come to rinse the grain, also known in the trade as sparging, I believe. And then over here we've got a sieve and a couple of bowls. The wort is going to go in here, i.e. the beer is going to go in there, and then the grains are going to go in here. That's the theory anyway. So let's get going. I already know this is going to be a massive pain. Okay, so they're both separated. There we have the beer in there, or the wort. And then we have the grains in there. Apparently those grains you can take and bake a tasty loaf of bread, but I'm not sure whether we'll be doing that yet. Right, so now we go on to washing the grain, because there's still a lot of goodness in that grain, a lot of sugar. So basically we're just going to sieve, hold it over, and then back here we've got about 55 degrees centigrade. We've got 2.8 litres of water. This is what the recipe states, 2.8 litres of water, which we're going to rinse through the grain and into our pot. The pot's been cleaned, by the way. That's sparging, baby. So there we have our wort, or beer. I actually sieved it a second time because I was just concerned at the amount of sediment in there, and if we want to catch old slaphead out, the first thing he'll be looking for is sediment. So there we go. So this is a 60-minute boil, 60 minutes, and as soon as it starts boiling, we add the first hops, and then after 45 minutes, we add the second sachet of hops, and then at 55 minutes, we add the third sachet of hops. Okay, it's taken quite a while, but we've finally got a boil going, and we're going to put in hop number 1. There's no basket or anything. It's literally just a sachet. In she goes. Okay, so that's the boil complete. I took it off the heat 3 or 4 minutes ago. Still steaming. The instructions don't say to sit it to cool down. They say pretty much transfer it straight to the barrel. So I've cleaned the barrel, that's ready to go. I managed to get the funnel in the top, which is good. I've got a little material square here, which I'm going to use to try and strain off some of that sediment, because as you can see, it is a little bit cloudy. And over here, we've got some sanitizing spray here, which I borrowed off old Slaphead. And then I've got ice in the sink ready to go to cool the barrel to 25 degrees before we put the yeast in. Okay, so let's put this material over. The recipe doesn't say to do this. It just is something I just feel I should do because it is just a little bit cloudy. So I've no idea how this is going to work out, to be honest. I guess we'll find out. The other thing to note is during the boil, we've lost, where are we? Yeah, we lost about 2 litres, or 1.5 litres of liquid. So we're currently sitting just under the 4 litre mark. Conveniently, this pot has a gauge. So that's good. So the instructions say that we need to finish up with 4.5 litres. So it suggests to add mineral water up to that point. So that's what I'll do now. So just trying to get to that 4.5 litre mark. Okay, let's try and see if this material works. Well, you can hear it going in. Okay, this is probably going to be quite slow progress, so I will be back with you once the barrel's full. So there we have it. All the beer has been transferred into the barrel. We had in our cupboard a thermometer identical to the one that broke. So there it is, 48.1 at the moment. We need to get it between 22 and 25 centigrade. I think that straining it through the material was a good idea because you can have a look at all that crap that would have been in the bottom. Looking at it, I think we all know what that looks like. I don't think it'd have been a good idea to have that in the barrel. I might be wrong, but who knows? I guess we'll see when we taste. Okay, so the beer is down to 22 degrees centigrade. We're just going to add the yeast. Welcome to the bathroom, by the way. Right, little funnel, in he goes. Here's the yeast. In he goes too. Make sure all that goodness is in. Which it is. Now we put the airlock on. That'll do the job. And rather than using water in the airlock, I'm going to use Star San, because that's what Ed uses. Right, so pouring this is going to be difficult on camera. Oh, well, I guess it's clean. That's it, isn't it? Ah, that'll do for me. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do next is put it in the airing cupboard. Down there, because that's the most consistently warm place in the house. And there we go, beer fans. Now you ferment, and you ferment good. We'll leave him to it. He's in there for 6 days, and then I add the dextrose. But we'll see you on the next video.